G'day folks, welcome to my first video of 2018, and what a better way to kick off the year than by taking a closer look at the Rylo 360 degree camera. But first let's do a quick unboxing and then we'll take a closer look. Now when you get it, it comes like this. It's in two separate boxes. I'm not quite sure why they've done that, but this is a frame and a handle for it, and we'll unbox that next. So let's just open it up and we'll all see what comes in the package. There's the camera there. And the first thing you notice just how small it is. You know, when you compare it to the Fusion, it's actually quite tiny. Brushed aluminum frame to it. So yeah, actually really nice. We'll just set this off to the side for now. So we have a little card, kind of a little quick start kind of guide. Some basic information. So we have a little pouch for it. Now there is two cables. This is a lightning cable for the iPhone, and then we have a standard micro USB cable for charging. And the battery. And that looks like that's all about that's in that box. So let's open up the handle here. So we have the frame there. And a little handle. The end screws off to reveal I believe that's a 1/4-inch tripod thread. What else have we got in here? Got a little tether and a thumb screw. Oh, we'll just let that charge up and then we'll kind of go over some of the features of it, and then we'll go out and do some tests with it. So this camera now has been on the market for about a month. It came out about 3 weeks before Christmas. And I tell you, I am loving this camera. There's really a lot to like about it. First of all, the size. It is just a tiny little camera. When you compare it to something like the Fusion, you can see the size difference. Now this camera was designed to be used with smartphones. You don't need a powerful computer to view and edit the footage. That can be a problem with some other 360 degree cameras because you have to have a pretty beefy system in order to be able to edit and render and do all the special effects that you would like to do. But with the Rylo, you can easily do it on your smartphone. And I really like the approach they took, how they're using a simple lightning cable to transfer the media from the Rylo to your smartphone. Transferring large 360 degree files via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth can be very cumbersome sometimes, and it's quick and easy with the cable. The Rylo comes with this little handheld frame, and this is good if you just want a small compact device that you can fit easily into a pocket. However, there are some better choices when it comes to handles. The thing with 360 is that you want it as far away from you as possible. Holding the camera like that, your hand is going to be quite visible in the photos. Now the Rylo comes with one 830 milliamp battery, and I'm actually quite glad that they didn't build it into the unit because I love units that you can replace the battery. It's always nice to have some spares kicking around. If you're going to be doing a lot of filming in the day, it's always nice to be able to not have to stop filming to recharge your camera. Now to install the battery and the memory, there's a little button at the bottom of the unit. You just press on it and it pops the battery door open. And you can see there's a memory card already installed. The Rylo comes with a 16 gigabyte memory card, and I assume they do that because they want to make sure people are using the right type of memory for a 360 degree camera. The memory card just pops out like so. It is a SanDisk 16 gigabyte. Now I do recommend picking up something larger, as 16 gigabytes can be filled up pretty quickly. So once you have a new memory card, or to put this memory card back in, you just push it in and it clicks right into place. The battery just pops into the compartment, and just like so. Now I just want to mention too, the Rylo is not waterproof by itself. There is a waterproof housing that you can purchase, but it is a separate purchase. Controlling the Rylo is very simple. There's basically two buttons, one at the top, one here beside the LCD screen. To power the Rylo on, we just long press the top power button. Camera vibrates and you'll hear a beep. On the screen, it gives you some basic information. It tells you we have 29 minutes of record time left. It gives you the battery level. Now the little icon to the right there is showing us that we are in video mode. If we press this button to the side, you can see it now changes to a camera and shows us how many photos we can take. And that's all really that button does, is switch back and forth between the two modes. So from either mode, to start recording, we just press the top. And vice versa, to take a photo, we just switch it to photo mode and we take a photo. I just want to mention too that there is a 2-second delay when taking a photo. I wish it was a little more, and I wish they did have a way to set the timer a little bit longer, because sometimes that's not enough to get out of the way if you're having it on an extension pole, or you just want to get out of the shot altogether. So the Rylo comes in at $499. It's $200 more than the Insta361. It's $200 less than the GoPro Fusion. But what really makes the Rylo shine is its stabilization capabilities. The stabilization is just simply stunning, and the software you use to edit and control it. So let's take a closer look at the software. When you get the Rylo, it comes with this lightning cable. And this is how you transfer all the videos from the Rylo over to your smartphone. And really, I wish more 360 cameras would get on board to this style of transfer. Wi-Fi is nice, but it can be problematic and a little cumbersome sometimes, especially when working with large files. This is simple and easy, and you'll see here in a minute just how quick and easy it is. So once you've got the Rylo app installed on your smartphone, all you do is plug in the micro USB to the Rylo camera. And then you plug the lightning end into your smartphone. Now you don't have to power on the Rylo. As soon as you plug it in, the Rylo will power up all on its own. Right away, it's going to come up and ask permission for the Rylo app to communicate with the Rylo camera. We're going to hit allow. And this is the screen that will come up. And basically there's two sections. On this side you can see it shows all the media that's currently on the Rylo. And on this side it shows you what you've already transferred. So you can just go one by one and transfer the files over. And you can see there they actually transfer fairly quickly. If you're doing this over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, it could take a lot longer. Once you have all the media transferred, you can just simply unplug the Rylo, power it off, and you're ready to edit. So we've got everything transferred that we want. Let's take a look at photos first. So we'll bring up a photo. And just like any 360 camera, you can zoom around, line up a shot you like. You can pinch to turn it to Tiny Planet. And again, you can rotate it to how you like it. The only thing that's lacking right now with the Tiny Planet is the ability to zoom and manipulate. With other 360 cameras, you could do like a half little planet. You know, you can zoom in and out, but with the Rylo, it's just the way it is. Now, the Tiny Planet feature was just actually added about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago via firmware update, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot of changes over the software, adding new features over the coming months. This little button down here at the bottom turns it to a inverted Tiny Planet. Once you got things lined up the way you like, you can do some mild editing by hitting that button there. We can tune it, and we can adjust the light, contrast, shadows, different things like that. From here we can also crop it. We can have it as a portrait photo, square for Instagram, wide, and they even have a cinematic. So when we're happy and we want to export it, we just click that little arrow there. And from here we can export it as the cropped photo, or if we click on it, we can export it as the original 360-degree photo. And that way, if you want to upload it to Facebook where people can look around and zoom around on it, they can. And from there, once you've saved it to your camera roll, you can actually upload it directly to Instagram or to Facebook. And the nice thing about the 360-degree editing is that, you can export it as a Tiny Planet, but then you can export it as a traditional photo, export it as a 360 photo. You can get many different versions. Now we can do the same kind of manipulation with video. So we'll bring up a video here. I'll bring up this video here for a sample. It's me and my family tobogganing on New Year's Day. Now you'll notice there's no play button. Just to play a video, you just tap on the screen and it'll start playing. And you can fast forward by using the little scrub bar here at the bottom. And we can angle it however we want. And the nice thing with 360 is you can view it from any angle. You want a top view, you want a back view. You know, you just scroll around till you get an angle that you like. Now again, we can go to Tiny Planet mode just by pinching. And again, we'll preview that, see what it looks like. We can flip it around. Now this little button down the right hand corner is how you enable and disable the built-in stabilization. It's actually quite dramatic and does an amazing job at keeping your video stable. So I'll actually just throw a little example up on the screen right now. The beauty part about 360 degrees stabilized video is that there's no mechanical hardware. Doing stuff like this, tobogganing, skiing, mountain biking, sometimes your equipment can get knocked around and gimbals are very delicate. Using a 360 camera, you can still get that nice 1080 shot, but you don't have to worry about damaging your mechanical hardware. Now another really nice feature they have is a split screen view, and if we click this button here, you can see another little window pops up there. And that way you can actually get both sides of the view. They have it in 3 different modes. They have one with just a small circle. They have one that has a taller rounded circle. And then they have a split screen. So yeah, that's a really, really handy feature. Now here's another little video, just me driving in the car. And let's do some editing on this video. So the first thing we can do is, again, like we did with photographs, we can go up and trim it. And to trim it, we just drag from each end to where we want to start. So I'm going to start driving there. And then we'll go to the end. And we'll drag it in till about there. You can adjust the speed here. And this is how you would create like a time-lapse effect or even a hyperlapse effect. But we'll leave it at the regular speed for now. We can tune it like we did with photos, adjust the color and the lighting. We can level it. If you find that the horizon's a little bit tilted, you can adjust it there like that. So now you can see it's only going to play from the areas that we've marked in and out. So now at this point we can edit the video, and what we're going to do is set some keyframes. Insta360 has something similar, and to get different angles you move the camera around. Now Rylo's taken a different approach. They use keyframes, and I kind of wish that maybe the Fusion would include that as well, and even the Insta360. Lining up your shots like this is nice, but you're very limited. I think the way GoPro is going to be doing it, you have to move your phone around, and that's all right, but it lacks precision in my opinion. Adding keyframes just gives you that little extra precision, and the thing is you can go back and edit it. With the Insta361, once you've recorded your video and you've moved it around by hitting the record button, you know, if you made a mistake or you're not happy with it, you got to just do it from scratch. So we're going to start this video and we want the camera facing frontward. So we're just going to press where we want the camera to be looking. And it gives us 2 options. We look here or follow this. So we just want the camera pointing ahead. So we're just going to put look here. So it's made a keyframe. And so the video is going to start by looking ahead. So we're just going to keep scrolling ahead. And we notice off to the side here, there's some people, right? So I want the camera to follow that. So let's press again. And this time we're going to hit follow this. And now you can see it's adding a big long keyframe there. And it's keeping them in view until we stop it. So now the following is stopped. So we can continue, but now I want to go back to the front. So let's, after we followed them, let's make another keyframe here. And this time we're just going to put look here. And then let's do another one where we go over to this view. So now if we scroll back, you can see we have all our keyframes. And you can see if I click on a keyframe, we can delete it. And this is the follow. If we want to delete the follow, we can highlight it and delete it as well. So let's just see what we got here. So we're facing forward. And this is the nice thing, is we can go in and edit it. See how the camera was kind of pointing off direction there? So now we can move the camera, and we'll add another keyframe there to look here. And that should keep the camera straight. Let's play it again from the beginning. And then it's going to see those people there, and it should just follow them automatically. Just like so. And then the next keyframe should come up where it spins the camera around. There it goes. And then we look off to the side. Now from there we can export it like we did with the photos by hitting that little arrow. And from here it allows us to export as an HD video, or we can export it as a complete 360-degree video. But if you want to export it with all the keyframes we just made, you got to leave it on the HD video. Now we're back at the edit mode, and we can pinch to make it Tiny Planet, and it'll follow the same keyframes. It'll do the same follow and watch, but because it's in a Tiny Planet view, it will look quite different. Now if we exit out, we can go and edit other media, but if we go back into it, all our edits are there. And we can delete them, do whatever, because we might want to export it at different angles, do different kind of edits. And yeah, really, really cool stuff. You know, I really like that they have the keyframes. I think I prefer that over the free capture, but it would be nice to have the choice. Maybe with a future update, Rylo will add the option to do a free capture style video as well. So yeah, what an amazing little camera. Now, with the good, there's always some bad. Now, one of the things I would like to see changed on the Rylo is the ability to set a timer for photos. For people who like to take 360-degree photos of an environment, you don't want to be in it. And there's ways to bypass that by taking 2 different photos and editing yourself out. But having a 10, 20-second timer gives you enough time to hit the shutter button and then kind of go and hide or get out of the scene so you're not too close to it. The default 2 seconds just really isn't enough, even if you have it on an extension pole. By the time you press the shutter and you get it to where you want it and get yourself situated, 2 seconds just is a little short, in my opinion. Rylo wanted to make the user experience simple and easy, but that comes at a cost that you cannot adjust a lot of settings like the ISO and all that. Now, the video quality is actually really good, but the dynamic range and the low light capabilities are actually pretty poor on the 360 camera. Now, in all fairness, that is across the board for a lot of 360 cameras. But other than those little things, the camera is quite simply amazing. I would recommend this to anybody. If you are looking to get your first 360 camera, there's a lot to choose from right now. I would definitely recommend the Rylo. Now, one little thing I want to mention before I go is that the little handle that comes with the Rylo is maybe not the best choice for everyday situations. The reason being is that you're going to be holding the camera really close to your hand, and your hand is just going to be exaggerated in the shot. Getting a nice extension pole for it definitely will make a world of difference. For me, when I'm shooting with my 360 cameras, I like to have it on a fairly long extension pole. That gives it that nice floating effect that there's a camera floating out in front of you. The pole is deleted. So getting a good extension pole is a definite must. So yeah, folks, that is the Rylo camera. I'll include all the links down below to some of the products that I've used in this video and some things I recommend, accessories that I recommend. If you have any questions about the Rylo, I will do my best to answer them. Just hit me up down in the comments. and I'll see if I can answer it for you. I want to thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We're going to be doing a lot of different videos. I'm going to be uploading some raw samples from the Rylo over the coming weeks, so you can check out the quality and the audio of it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.